I hold that the Transfiguration happens on Mount Hermon, or Mount Hermon. It only makes sense about where it's at and where it appears and where Christ is at, what happens just before and just after. Traditionally, it was said to have happened on Mount Tabor or Mount Tabor. For the early pilgrims, that was a lot easier place to get to. It was a high mountain. It's right there, right next to Nazareth. Going to Mount Hermon was especially on foot, was a long ways north. Even today, taking buses, it is quite a bus ride getting up into that area. But I think what really happened is it happened at Mount Hermon. Now, when Jesus is there, this is the starting point. This is what you might say the starting gun that will lead him to the cross. He's 9 months away. He will spend 9 months going down, going back down to the Sea of Galilee, going around it, going back into the area of the Samaritans and across the Jordan, down to Jericho, and then 3 trips up to Jerusalem. There's a lot to happen in those 9 months, but this is the starting point. It's kind of what I call from Transfiguration to the triumphal entry. You see, here on the Transfiguration, you have Jesus with everything around him. He has the Old Testament represented, some of the greatest saints of the Old Testament right there, Moses and Elijah. He has some of the greatest disciples of the New Testament, Peter, James, and John, right there with him. They have come to support him. The Old Testament ones are talking about his death. Then you have God the Father speaking up. This is my Son. Listen to him. He has it all right here. He's encouraged. From this point, he will, as it says, he sets his face to go to Jerusalem as he heads down. Because when he gets all the way down 9 months later and he's on the cross, the Old Testament saints aren't there with him. Oh, they could talk about his coming. They could predict what was going to happen. But on the cross, they're not there. Oh, his disciples, they were with him and they were supporting him, and they will proclaim the good news around the world. But on the cross, he's alone. Even God the Father, Jesus said, my God, why have you forsaken me? No, he is alone. From the Transfiguration to the triumphal entry. Well, come back next week when we continue on with more insights on the story of the week. We'll see you next week.